come once again. Wildwood Live on a Tuesday, February 2nd, 2021 is what we're doing here. Grace is calling me right now. Grace, I can't answer it. I'm engaging in musical activity. It's Wildwood Live time. And I've got a delicious specimen in my hands here again, sent to my home by our friends at Wildwood Guitars, Louisville, Colorado, Rocky Mountain High. And this particular instrument, sorry, I'm just sharing this video with music friends hither and yon. This is another 55 relic, this time in the two-tone sunburst. And the kids must be digging the Strats because they keep on sending me them to play, which I'm all for. I'm all for it. Thanks for tuning in, you ha-ha. Whoa, 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 whoa. Thanks for tuning in. Uncle, thanks for tuning in. Alex is recovering from leg surgery in Kohler. Well, we're sorry to hear that. We hope you're convalescing well, nicely. Healing nicely. This is a good sounding guitar. I took it out of the case. I said, oh. Listen to that filth. Vegas is here. Frank is out in Vegas tuning in. Greetings to you, my friend. My desert-dwelling amigo out there in beautiful Las Vegas. We have people from Montreal. Greetings, Paul. What's up, G-Money? Everything's good here. This is actually a 55 Wildwood 10. Like a damn bell. Marburg, Germany in the house. We got Sheffield, UK. We got Bonnie, Scotland. We got Oklahoma, Knoxville, Tennessee, Florida, Jumpin' Jehoshaphat. Brazil. Right out of the box. Kapow! Wildwood 10. It is a heavy relic. Very thin coat of nitro on this rascal. This one's been savaged again by a savage beast that they allowed, as I said. The nighttime comes in the custom shop, and they allow various feral creatures in with very sharp teeth and claw. Mighty of tooth and claw. And they start... and they start creating the relicing process. Take a brand new guitar, and overnight turns it into a delicious relic from the 50s. Anything's possible in the animal kingdom. Remember that. Mother Nature, relics like no other. Wow. Power of Mother Nature. You know, she relics like no other. You know, the two position on a Strat when it's ready to rock and it sounds good, and this one just diggity doggone it. It just sounds delicious. Where's it go? Oh. Right? Sounds good. How about neck? How about Mr. Neck position? Diggity dog on it. Mr. Neck pickup. Sounds so damn good. The details of this particular guitar are in the description of this video, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to that 4 position. That sounds good. Sounds good. I'll take it right now. I'll take 4. I want 4 of these 55 Wildwood 10 Stratocasters. Relic to sweet perfection. That's a squish. Nice balance between that neck pickup and the 4. You ever notice that? Sometimes you're on the neck pickup on a Strat. It sounds all juicy and succulent. And all of a sudden you go to 4 and it goes, skoo, gets all kind of markedly darker sounding. And this one, there's a nice match. I like it, doggone it. So the Wildwood 10s, again, quarter saw neck. 61 to 5 frets, 10-inch radius, special custom pickups made specifically for Wildwood in the Fender Custom Shop. And this one's light. I think it's 7, just a hair over 7 pounds. I dig it. I dig it all. Right? It's got that tone. I like it a lot. Sometimes when they're out of the box, I got to give them a little bit of leeway with the tuning. By the time you get them, they're dialed into a sweet perfection. But when Drake gets them right out of the box, sometimes I got to do some battle. I got to fight. Bloidle. But you can hear it sounds doggone good. That was a great album from Robert Plant, wasn't it? I can't remember it anymore. I had it the other day. I remembered it, and then it went away. Nah. There it is. That's that one. Yeah, Robbie Blunt. There's another one of those too. Rain here. No. I'm in the mood for a melody. I'm in the mood for a melody. I'm in the mood. Schweedle, schweedle. I saw that tour, 1983. Close as you could get to Zeppelin. I was unable to see the Zeppelin. A little too young. In 77, I was a wee laddie. I was 11 years old, 77. But in 1980, I was going to go see him. But then John Bonham, unfortunately, passed away. So the closest we could get as Zeppelinites was to see Robert Plant in 1983 as he toured behind those first 2 records, The Principle of Moments and Pictures at 11. And I remember going to the show and enjoying it immensely, but I remember I was standing on my seat like everybody else, and some bouncer came along and pushed me to the ground. I got up, fighting mad, and I saw some Mameluke walking away. I thought, you son of a bitch, I'm going to get you. I never did. It's a good story, though. A song about unrequited retribution. Thanks, Robert Plant. Your security are barbarians. Oh, sorry. I am a Radiohead fan. I don't know any of their tunes. I've had a few of their records, though. I saw The Firm in 1985. Kind of a funny story. Jimmy Page was coming, hugest Jimmy Page fan in the history of the world, like everybody else. And they were coming to Milwaukee Arena. And I was up in school in Stevens Point. I just started school. I started the spring semester after my senior year in high school. I took a semester off because I didn't know where the hell I wanted to go. So I finally get up to school. My parents are like, thank God he's out of the house. Stay up there. Do your studyings. And I said, Mom and Dad, I need to come down during the week and go see Jimmy Page and The Firm. They said, absolutely not. You're not skipping school to see that cigarette-smoking, dragon, suit-wearing, demon-worshiping son of a bitch, son of a gun. And I said, they didn't say any of those things. They just said no. I added a little color commentary in there. What? Hey, artistic license. Anyway, so I ended up staying over at my buddy's house, and I went down anyways because the draw of going to see Jim Page superseded parental wrath. Who's with me out there? Identify yourselves. Raise your hands. Sometimes the power of the Zepp calls us and says, you know what? Just this once. You got to disobey. Not that it was the first time. What? Security. Anyway, so I went and I saw Jim Page, and I'll never forget it. I'm going to tell a story, then I'll play the guitar some more. Anyway, so the stage goes dark. You're freaking out because you're going to see Jimmy Page in person for the first time, right? And you look, the stage goes dark. You see the cherry of the cigarette going. You feel the power. You feel the power of the Page. Lights go on. He starts out with that, And he comes out and you're like, oh my God, there's Jim Page. He's got the cigarette hanging out of the mouth. He's got the white suit. He's got the scarf on. He's playing that riff. And also, right before he launches into a solo, I swear to God, he takes the cigarette and he goes over his shoulder, kicks it with the back of his foot, and begins a savage solo. And I thought to myself, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Okay? What? You got to practice that, am I right? You don't just do it. So I wonder how many times old Jim Page was practicing that move. I don't know, but it was worth it. Who's with me out there? It was worth it, Jim. It was because of him I smoked cigarettes. Thanks, Jim. I quit a long time ago. But anyway, I wonder if we can get in trouble for that. Hey, Dragon Suitsman, thanks. Thanks for making that shit look so cool. Sorry, I'm getting out of control now. All right. Tell you what, this neck pickup. Hear that give? I do love that chord. Right? Radioactive lick. Radioactive lick. Right now. I'd take it right now and run for the hills. No one would find me. I'd lead a trail of gristle crumbs. And only the initiated would be able to find me in my glory in my woods playing the guitar that I stole. I don't recommend it, okay? Don't steal guitars. But if you're going to do it, leave a gristle trail. Leaving the gristle trail. Wow, a folk song. Leaving the gristle trail. Nothing wrong with it. With the power. Questions. Oh, a lot of comments coming in. It's just like going, I can't even read them. They're going. Roger Waters says, in the inevitable pinhole. Oh, now it's gone. I was going to read that comment and it just, this thing, the Restream's gone crazy. These comments are just keep going and going. I think I saw my buddy Tom ask if I read that Hendrix book. I did. I completed it the other night. I enjoyed it. New Hendrix book out called Wild Thing. You know what's crazy about that book? It had some great anecdotes, had some great tellings of some stories that I knew, some other things I didn't, but yet at the same time, there were weird little errors in it. Don't get me wrong. I totally loved the book and I enjoyed it and I read it voraciously. But there were weird things like saying his birthday was October 27th. Everyone knows Hendrix's birthday was November 27th. And there's a couple little spelling errors. Not that I'm a grammar, I'm not going to say the word, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm not a grammar stickler. I make grammatical mistakes all the time. However, books should be proofread. That's all I'm saying. Other than that, it was great. I enjoyed it immensely. Story of Jim Hendrix. A good new book called Wild Thing. My buddy Tom set me up with that book. Thank you very much, Tom. I enjoyed it immensely. I read it like a demon. Once I actually was able to get some time to read it, I read it. I read it and read it and read it and read it. I read it and 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 read it. Anyways, what about this guitar? Am I right or am I right? I like that little Grant Greenlick. Some variation of that. Behold the Grant Greenlick. So they'll throw it over A Dorian land. Overdrive, I'm using it from the amp. So that's, I have the lead channel and the lead boost on my Greg amplifier from Koch. I do have my little heat pedal engaged if I want to use the looper. So when I do the looper, I turn that off because I do not want the looper to get overdriven. And this new MXR clone looper I really like quite a bit because the repeats, the separation seems to be very good, and just the overall fidelity of the repeats is much better than what I was using before. So when I do that, I might hit this and go. Can you dig it? So when I'm using the looper duper, that's when I'll kick the overdrive pedal on. Keep the amp clean, ski, hit the looper, and away you go, ski. A little jam I came up with this morning. I woke up and I thought, I'm hearing a jam in my head. I think I'll record the looper and begin to do it. Ooh. Wow, I don't know what's going on right now. This guitar is taking me to strange places. Nothing wrong with it. Again, folks, this is a Wildwood 10 55 Strat. 55 Strat has a 54 U-shaped neck on it, which has got some girth to it. It's not as large as the 51 Nocaster neck, which is a big old U. This is kind of, it's still substantive, but not massive. So it's kind of the, I'm going to say it's the mama bear of girthsome necks. Deliverance pedal. I don't know what to say about that. I've never played the Deliverance pedal. I do like gruesome tones. What? Did I say shrooms? What's going on? What's going on with the chat? It's gone off the rails. Do you mind the hum from the pickups? It sounds great anyways, unbelievable tone. Well, in this room, the way I'm set up, it is kind of conducive to a little bit of buzz, but that's honest. It's honest, good, clean tone. I do have my other pickups, my Fishman pickups that I use when I want to escape the thing. But these guitars, as are they are. As are they are. Now that's a ringing endorsement. Ladies and gentlemen, they as are they are. I don't know what that means. Anyway, we get to the end. That's bridge pickup. Sounds good. The radioactive light comes out again. My hats you're asking about. My hats are actually created by a friend of ours from Georgia. And we actually buy them from her, and we sell them through my website at gregkoch.com. Can you dig it? All the different colors are all... That dang, yeah, it's just tritones. Root, flatted, fifth, root. And then you go to the fourth, flatted, fifth, flat, and then the root. There it gets weird because it's a 13. And then... Joe Walsh will throw that lick in there every now and again, too. Right? Well, I'm not uptight. ba-da-doom, boom, ba-doom, doom. It's a 55 Strat, 55 Strat, Wildwood 1055 Strat. Fender Custom Shop is the place where they let go creatures in the night that ate it up, added their sweet, sweet nature's juices. How's the middle pickup, Christopher? Doggone it. Ooh, not too bad considering the steadfast rogering I gave this guitar with that wiggle bar. Mr. Wiggles was unleashed. Mr. Wiggles was unleashed. We partook in a whammy bar feast. We partook in a whammy bar feast. I don't know what that means either. Oh! It's all right. I felt that jam there for a minute as I kicked that device. Here's that middle position. Yeah, it sounds good. Doggone it. That sounds so damn good. This Strat can do anything. I like the Stratocaster. It's a 55 Wildwood 10. Just like that. I like it a lot. Ragtime wanker. This is what I was playing when that guy called me a ragtime wanker. Not this ragtime wanker again. That's right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The question was, did I learn that style from listening to the records? Well, you know what? That's an excellent question. And the answer to that is no. I did learn this by watching people and listening to the record, but I actually got a book of transcriptions when I learned my first Chet Atkins tune, and that unlocked the whole thing for me. After I did that, then I could listen to the records and figure out what was going on. But before then, it just seemed impossible. But then I unlocked the code, and I unleashed a mighty load of Chet activity. Can you dig it? Ragtime wagon, you're right. I've ever played with Scotty Anderson. I never did. Huge fan of his activities, though. He's just a wizard. Scotty Anderson. I remember when that instructional video came out years ago. I was just like, what? You son of a gun. What kind of supernatural powers are lurking there? A warrior. Yeah, I never had used the thumb pick. I just never did. Never did. Never did use a thumb pick. Pickups in this guitar are the special pickups that are wound for Wildwood at the Fender Custom Shop. So when you get a Wildwood 10, it's spec'd out with these delicious pickups. They're slightly underwound. They sound so good. And Wildwood 10 has to be a certain weight. This is just a hair over 7 pounds, literally. And 10-inch radius, that's a Wildwood thing. 6105 frets, quarter sawn neck. This one, a 55, has a 54 U-shaped neck on it. This is a two-tone sunburst relic. Available at Wildwood Guitars. They sent it to me to play for you, and then I'm sending it back, and hopefully it'll find a nice warm home where someone can cradle it tight. Cradle it tight, boo. Maple is delicious, and just for kicks and scriggles, that's not real. I'm going to plug in that 61 Wildwood 10, which I still have here. I sent the other 55 back. I actually was able to get my video done for that, extra video. But I still have this one hanging around. So let's just hear what this sounds like. This is going to have the same pickups. This is also a Wildwood 10. But this one is a 61 Strat, so it has got a beautiful flame maple back of the neck, and it's got a AAA Indian rosewood board, alder body, but same pickups. Stay in tune, you rascal. It's also just out of the box. Hey. right? It sounds good. Definitely a darker tone than the other one. Oh, hit that damn button again. There you go. Oh, the absinthe intro. We could do that. Delicious sounding guitar as well. Now this is a Wildwood 1061 Stratocaster. Same pickups, 10-inch radius, 6105 frets, quarter sawn maple neck, AAA Indian rosewood fingerboard, alder body, relic, Fender Custom Shop. Available where? At a place called Wildwood Guitars in beautiful Louisville, Colorado, Boulder County. I haven't been out there since February, folks, because of COVID-19. But I hope to get back out there at some point in the not too distant future so I can paw the guitars in person. They can only send so many here to Drade's home. Yes, so I got the 61, that 55 I just played. What a delicious specimen. And another one came in the mail today. I'll play that one probably on Thursday when we reconvene. A 59 fat C neck on this bad boy, someone asked. Sunny in Broomfield today. Broomfield, very close to Louisville. Delicious. Olympic white is the color, correct. February of last year, Bluesman. February of last year, Mr. Bluesman. Lulu's Barbecue. Oh, Taj. Paul Brown. Remember it? What was that Mexican place we started going to again? What was that place called? Help me. Help me. I can't remember it. That's how bad the brain is. But certainly the Taj 3, Sweet Sweet Lulu's Barbecue in downtown Louisville. But that Mexican place we started going to, I can't remember. Not Taco Bell. Lupe Tortilla. No. There you go. Tio Cali. That's it. Teocalli. That place was the dogs. Chummies. Dogs, chummies. That doesn't make any sense. Greg, do you have a favorite Led Zeppelin live bootleg? Oh, Michael, that is a deep and twisted subject. One that I heard, only heard once, but it left an indelible impression. I've been meaning to go back and search for it again. It's a Boston 1970 performance, just right after they recorded Led Zeppelin 3, and the Page was in full possession of his beastly qualities. The rest of the guys firing on all cylinders. And during the acoustic set, Page pulled off a version of Brawny Hour, or however you say it. You know, do it again, good to go, good to gang, good to go, good to go. That was that actually ended up on Physical Graffiti, but recorded at the time of Led Zeppelin 3. And he does, and there's other sections to that song that didn't make it on the record. He plays it, and it's like, damn, they were on fire. The power of the Zeppelin. Boston Garden. Paris 1969 is good. There's no doubt about it. 75 stuff's pretty rough because poor Plant's voice was gargling up a storm, and Page's tone changed. He was using, he changed tubes, and his tone was a little too clean, actually. Didn't get all delicious. And 77 was a train wreck for the most part, but there are some delicious points in 77. The 1980 tour of Europe, there were some moments, I have to say. Plant was in very good form in 1980 tour of Europe. Page was on different, sometimes yes, sometimes no, but the arrangements and stuff were super cool. And of course, Bonham, always on. And Jonesy, always on. Except for the night where Bonham passed out. He wasn't on that night. Bless him. Anyway. Yes, someone says, I only like 2 Led Zeppelins. One and two. You know what? There are people that are like that. And I don't blame them. Everyone's got a taste. Led Zeppelin 1 is definitely a work of art. 2 is just chock full of savagery. But something about Physical Graffiti, if we're honest. I like all the records. Let's just be honest. I dig them all. Presence, fantastic. There's stuff on Coda that's great, Darling, baby darling. I like it. What's your opinion on the most versatile guitar ever? Well, it's always up to the user, isn't it? I would say that I've always been a fan of the Telecaster because you can pretty much do anything on it. You got to pull it out of it, but it's a blank canvas. It can do all of the above, and can be used as a weapon. And as I've said many times, the Telecaster is a guitar that even after a strange post-apocalyptic world where the only thing that exists are cockroaches and Telecasters, and the Telecasters will be in tune, and maybe the cockroaches will be teaming up to play it. Some on the neck, some on the strumming, playing some sweet, sweet cockroach jams. Maybe not. Someone asked, do I teach guitar? I've got quite a few instructional materials out, ladies and gentlemen, through the Hal Leonard Corporation. And there's a bunch of videos from Hal Leonard that are on their sanctioned video website, which is guitarinstructor.com. But a trip over to gregkoch.com will show you my library of stuff. I've got about 17 titles out in the instructional realm. Soon to be 18 with a book of transcriptions that's coming out of my The Best of Drade. The Best of Drade. From a sampling of tunes of mine from the past, 18 releases, I think it's 18 books, 18 records as well over the years. Hooray for Drade! And I also do some Skype lessons. I have to book some Skype lessons. I've got a few in the queue, or I need to schedule them. But yeah, you can get those through my website. All the records are on the website. Gristle King pedals are on the website. The hats are on the website. So many activities. All the records, vinyl, hats, shirts, pickups. What a bounty. But these guitars available where? Wildwood Guitars, Louisville, Colorado, in the warm shadows of the Rocky Mountains. Yes, Ed King was a cool dude. I met Ed King, actually. He reached out after I had done that Leonard Skinner thing, and he told me, you're doing that one part wrong. I said, show me. And then he showed me. I was like, oh. I wasn't that far off, to be honest. But I was like, okay, Ed, okay. All right, you're the man. There's no question. And, of course, he was a magnificent guitar player, and he was a cool dude. He was a character. I was telling a story today. I actually did a nice interview for the podcast. If you haven't join the podcast train, please go to wherever podcasts are cast, and there is a Wildwood and Fishman sponsored podcast that I do where I interview a bunch of different folks, and it's called Chewing the Gristle. And today I interviewed or chatted with Jason Isbell, who's not only a magnificent songwriter and singer, but a great guitar player and a hell of a nice guy. And he has Ed King's old Les Paul. We talked about that, and then I talked about hanging out with Ed King. I talked to him a few times on the phone, and we'd have memes that we'd go back and forth with online and so on and so forth. So I was finally getting down to Nashville, and I went out to dinner with Ed King and his lovely wife, and J.D. Simo, and a couple other friends of mine, Tommy Good and Susan Julian. And we had a delicious feast. And Ed regaled us with many stories, one of which, my favorite one, was when he was in Strawberry Alarm Clock opening up for Jimi Hendrix. He said he was in a dressing room and he was just kind of sitting playing his guitar, and they whisked Jimmy on right before he was going to go on stage. This is probably 68. Whisked him in, and maybe 67, 68. Anyway, Jimmy comes in. They're in a hurry, and Jimmy is putting the strings on his guitar feverishly, and his roadie takes one of these vendor-sized wooden boxes, cardboard boxes of Snickers bars, and opens it up and just starts unsheathing full-sized Snickers bars and shoving them in Jimmy's mouth. Hum, hum. I don't know what any of that means, other than that is a story that I'll tell to anybody who will listen to it. Right? Jimmy loves a Snickers bar. Who doesn't like a Snickers bar? You're on the road. You got to go on stage. You need to restring. No time to go to catering. Catering back then, really more of a joke, really. I need a little quick pick-me-up. Why don't you get me a little something? Okay, we got a routine. Jimmy's a little tired. He needs to go on stage. In lieu of a meal, get the box of Snickers out. And just start unsheathing them and start pounding them down the throat. Right? I love that story. Ed King told me that story. But hungry? Eat a box of Snickers and then play. Sorry, I lost control. Folks, any last questions? It is 4:08. Play something. Rick, you used all caps. That's a little inconsiderate. Play something. I just told an Ed King story about Hendrix eating Snickers bars, and now it's like, oh, play something. Sorry. Jesus. Kids. Oh, that sounds good. Brent Mason, I had him on the podcast as well. What a cool dude. One Hendrix thing I never get tired of playing, although some people might get sick of hearing it. Why do you play the same things when you play the Strats? Because I do. Can you dig it? That's right, Paul. The podcast is on Spotify and Apple and wherever, and iTunes. It's wherever casts are pod, or pods are casts. I like it, Mark. Thank you, Mark Knight. Mark Knight of the day and of the night and of the mid-afternoon. All right, folks, thank you so much for spending some time today with us here in the Gristle Lair. I am Greg Koch, and this is the Wildwood Live for Tuesday, February 2nd of 2021. I have taken this opportunity to caress and manipulate two Wildwood 10 Fender Custom Shop guitars, this beautiful 61, which I played the other day as well. And this two-tone Sunburst 58, this is an Olympic white iteration. I've enjoyed them immensely. I hope you enjoyed hearing them and seeing them. I wish you could smell them, because you'd say to yourself, damn, that smells good, which is something you always want from a guitar, I think, personally. I like the smell of guitars in the morning. Ooh, greetings from Germany. Man, I can't wait to return to Germany. I so enjoy going to Germany. Every year I'm usually there at least once, if not twice. And I love the Bäckereis. The bakeries in Germany. I like to get some Schweinhacks and delicious. And and the German breakfasts I dig. Oh, Lord. You know what? You go out and you're like, cold cuts again? But then you're like, oh, yeah, because there's going to be those rolls. Sometimes they're hot. The hot Kaiser rolls. Takes a little bit of salami, a little bit of ham, a little bit. And then they always have a little bit of cucumber and red pepper. Grab that stuff, put it on the Kaiser roll with the meat. Sandwiches for breakfast? Totally works. And then you take that muesli, which is like just a gravel that just pushes everything right out to the sea. What? I think you know what I'm talking about. You're on the road. It is essential. Sorry. Started talking about German breakfast. Hanging with Funky Klaus. That's a fact. All right, folks. Thanks so much. We'll see you on Thursday. I'll have another, I believe it's a Fender Custom Shop guitar that has arrived for me to play. We will deploy it, and we shall let the good times roll, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Does Wildwood ship to Europe? That's not, for my understanding. You need to contact the folks at Wildwood and figure that situation. I don't think that they can. It depends on what guitar it is, I think. I don't know. That's not my department. My department is to caress them and play them. So you need to contact the Wildwoods and say, hey, bros, what's going down? Buonasera. Oh, yes. Italy is another one of my favorite places. I like them all. Buonasera. Certamente. Oh, yes. Allora. That's all the Italian I know. But what more do you need? There it is. Thank you all. Have a pleasant remainder of your evening. We will see you on I forgot to mention the Matt Schofield interview is out on the podcast. What a great guy. Extraordinary guitar player. Awesome tone smith. That one was the latest iteration. I think there's another one coming out on Thursday. I can't remember who that might be. But it's coming. Brent Mason's coming. The Joe Bonamassa one started season 2. Matt Schofield. There's more coming. My buddy Andy Alador just did Jason Isbell. Greg Martin. That's a good one, too. That's all coming. KMT on Saturday. That is correct. The weather's going to be a little weird. So if the weather's looking too crazy, we might have to cancel in the 11th hour-ish or like a day before if it's looking too injury. We don't want poor Toby to come 5 hours down through pestilence and then have to return on an icy hellscape. So we shall see. Can you dig? Will you dig it? All right, have a good one. We'll see you later.